Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Monique, and today I'll be going over my 10 tips from working at home with kids. If you're interested in this video, please be sure to like and comment and let me know that you do like this type of content, and I will keep rolling it out for you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Let's jump right into the video. So my first tip is to get up before your kids. I like to do this with my son. He is 3 years old, so I like to get up early. I like to, of course, have my time reading my scripture, praying. You just need time to think sometimes before your kids get up and, the house is rowdy and loud. So just taking that time for yourself a little bit in the morning is something that I like to do. And then I also like to start preparing whatever breakfast I'm making for him. He's not in daycare or anything like that. He stays home with me. So I like to prepare his breakfast before he wakes up so that when he does wake up, we can just get rolling with whatever we need to do for the day. If you do have kids that are in school, that also gives you some time to also prepare lunches and snacks for them for when they are in school. And also for when they get out of school, kids are normally hungry, so you can have a snack ready for them already before you even get your day started. Tip number 2 is to create your schedule the night before or in the morning during your quiet time. I love to schedule, I love to plan. If you watched my previous video where I talked about scheduling mistakes you might be making that are ruining your day, I'm going to link it down below for you. Make sure you watch that video while you're scheduling your day or while you're scheduling the night before to make sure that you have everything clear and straight for the next day so that you can get out of bed and you know exactly what you're doing for the day and get things rolling so that you can have a smooth day. Tip number 3, if you have a toddler like I do, I know it's always good to make sure that he feels a part of what I'm doing and makes him feel like he's helping me. So while I'm doing things around the house during the day, he likes to get involved. Oh, mommy, let me help you. Let me help you. And so I let him, help me do whatever I'm doing. If it's putting a dish away that he can not break, or if it's, helping me take the trash bag out, whatever it is, he enjoys helping me. And so I always make him feel like he's a part of kind of what I'm doing. It also helps if you are in that mindset so that you don't get frustrated if you're trying to work or anything like that. Maybe give your kid a paper and some crayons to work while you're working, you know what I mean? Just kind of try and get them involved in what you're doing, and that'll kind of help the day run smooth as well. My 4th tip would be to take a break, go for a walk. Even though you're working from home, you want to still make sure that you are taking a break, taking some time to go for a walk, actually take a break for lunch. This also gives you time to give your child or your toddler attention that they might be seeking while you're working sometimes. So, every day is going to be different. Toddlers are little humans, as well. So they're going to be seeking your attention. They're going to want you to play with them. So just taking some time out during the day and just make sure that you're spending a little bit of time with them, whether you're just eating with them or you guys go for a walk and then come back home and get right into the grind again. My 5th tip, if it works better for you, would be to work during lunch while you're eating lunch. So sometimes it's easy for me on some days when he is seeking my attention while I'm working and I kind of have to stop more frequently. It helps me to go ahead and give him his lunch, let him sit down with his iPad or, watching a show that he likes. And then while I'm eating, I'll continue to work because it kind of distracts him a little bit. So doing that some days helps me, some days it's better for me to just take a complete break and just eat with him and do things like that. So that is my 5th tip, to eat during lunch if that is the vibe for the day. Tip number 6 would be, if you work from home, if you work for yourself, you run your own business, or if your job allows, during your breaks, take a nap with your baby. At this stage, he skips naps sometimes. Sometimes, he does still take a nap, but it's a little bit later in the day because he kind of gets up late. So my tip would be to take a nap when your child or your toddler naps, just to kind of give yourself another wind for the day, and to also compensate if you do tend to stay up a little bit later. I know I do sometimes, so sometimes I like to take a nap with him, or which is kind of rare now. When he was smaller, I would take naps with him, but it's a good thing to do if you do have smaller children. Go ahead and get that little bit of nap in. Make sure you set your alarm so that you don't miss any meetings or anything like that, but just get that extra wind in. Make sure that you're not tired from waking up early, because then that could just lead to a lot of other unnecessary stress during the day if you're just tired on top of everything else. Tip number 7 is don't forget about your husband and his needs. Sometimes we are all guilty of this. We start focusing on the kids so much that, we forget to check on our husbands and see if they might need anything during the day, or even take time and schedule a lunch with just you and him, or even if you want to bring your kids along to have like a little family lunch date, just to kind of include him in the day if he's working. So that is something that you can do and is a great tip. Or just reach out to him. Hey, do you need anything? Do you need me to do anything? And that always makes him feel included and thought of during the day. Tip number 8 would be to shut off completely when the work hours are over. Make sure you're not overextending yourself, overexhausting yourself by working hours and hours and hours outside of work hours. Definitely in your planning, make sure that you schedule how long you're going to be working for the day so that you don't go over that amount of hours, because then, your body, yourself will feel neglected and tired, and then your kids and your family will just feel like you're working all the time, like you're at home but you're still working. So just make sure you just shut off. Believe me, it will be a huge blessing for yourself and for your life if you just let it go until the next day. If you need to, write down a list before the day is over of what you need to do for the next day, but definitely shut off completely and just make sure that you are not working too long and that you just stick to the allotted amount of time that you have planned for your workday. Which leads me to tip number 9, which is to make sure that you have a distinctly different schedule for weekends or the days that you are off. That way, it helps your kids to understand and see that, okay, mommy's not working today. Mommy's doing something else today. We can have family day today. And that just helps your kids to understand, like, mommy's not working constantly. Even though mommy works from home, there are certain times when she is actually working, and we communicate that to them. And there are days where we're just relaxing and we're going to have family time. We're going to go out and do things. So I feel like that has helped my son to understand, oh, mommy, are you working? Like, no, today I'm not working. Today we're doing this and that. And he loves to know what we're doing for the day. And he loves to talk about what he did for the day when his dad comes home, which is really sweet. So make sure you have it distinctly different so that your child understands. And my last tip, which is tip number 10, is to soak up every moment. Try not to stress yourself out. Try to stay calm during high stress times and moments throughout the day. Make sure you're in, like I said before, including your kids, and just soaking up all the hugs that they might come over and give you. Take deep breaths, take a break, and just make sure that you're truly making the most of this time. A lot of parents would love to work from home with their kids and just see it as a blessing, and then just a time to really just spend time with your children one-on-one and just make the most of the moments. That is all that I have for you today. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button and make sure you comment down below. Let me know what you like to do when you work from home with your kids. Let me know if any of these tips were helpful for you, and be sure to stay tuned for the next video. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.